The salt spray kissed Tasha's face as she leaned against the railing of the tavern, eyes wide and fixed on the woman holding court in the corner. Captain Briggsy. Her name alone conjured images of daring escapes, impossible feats, and lands shimmering with untold riches. Briggsy, the wild card of the Sea of Thieves, the woman who'd broken out of more jails than most pirates had seen gold doubloons. Tasha yearned to be her. Not just a pirate, but an adventurer, a storyteller, a legend like Briggsy. Every scar on Briggsy's face seemed to whisper a tale. Every glint in her mischievous eyes hinted at a past filled with more excitement than Tasha could possibly imagine. And Briggsy, recognizing the spark of adventure in the young girl's eyes, always indulged her. Tonight, the tale was of navigating through the Kraken's ink, a feat that ended with Briggsy sporting a new, rather impressive, tentacle-shaped scar across her shoulder. "And the best part, Tasha," Briggsy had chuckled, her voice rough from rum and sea air, "was outsmarting the bloomin' beast, used its own ink to navigate back to port." Tasha's heart fluttered. She just knew she was destined for such adventures. Years passed. Tasha became a formidable pirate in her own right, her adventures echoing, though never quite matching, the chaotic brilliance of Briggsy. She sailed the Sea of Thieves, always listening for whispers of the legendary captain, always hoping for a chance encounter. Then came the rumours. Whispers of Briggsy's ship gone missing. Rumours of curses and uncharted islands. Tasha held on to the hope that it was just another one of Briggsy's mysterious disappearances. Another prelude to a grand tale. Meanwhile, on the humble North Star seapost, Suds, the caretaker, anxiously polished his telescope. He remembered clear nights under the endless sky with Briggsy, charting constellations, sharing dreams of discovering the secrets of the universe. Suds had been Briggsy's navigator, her confidant, and one of the few who truly understood her yearning for the unknown. He knew she craved the ultimate adventure, the one that would etch her name into the very fabric of the Sea of Thieves. He knew, too, of her obsession with the shores of gold, a legendary island said to be veiled in a perpetual shroud. He had reluctantly helped her piece together the clues, guiding her through treacherous waters and deciphering ancient texts. He'd sailed with her as she used the shroud breaker to pierce the impenetrable fog, only to watch her ship, the brigantine Briggsy, crash upon the island's shores. He hadn't heard from her since. Briggsy, stranded and alone on the shores of gold, had initially relished the challenge. She navigated the treacherous terrain, her instincts honed by years of survival. She explored the island's hidden caves, her breath catching in her throat at the sight of mountains of gold, relics of a forgotten civilization. She took a small, intricate carving of a skull as a memento, a reminder of her triumph. But the triumph turned to terror. A creeping coldness began to seep into her bones. Her skin grew taut. Her movements stiffened. She began to feel hollow. The gold she'd touched was slowly stealing her humanity. Deeper in the caves, she encountered the gold hoarder, a skeletal figure radiating immense power. He offered her a deal, a precarious lifeline. "The curse can be lifted, Briggsy," the hoarder rasped, his voice like the grinding of bones. "Serve me, and I will restore your humanity." Desperate, Briggsy agreed. Anything was better than slowly becoming a mindless husk. But the cure never came. The gold hoarder used her, manipulating her into carrying out his twisted whims. She became a skeletal puppet, a fearsome warrior known for her cunning and her relentless pursuit of treasure. Tasha finally encountered her idol again, not in a tavern, surrounded by laughter and rum, but on a desolate island, her eyes glowing with an unholy light, her voice a rasping echo of its former self. "Briggsy?" Tasha asked, her voice trembling. The skeletal figure turned, and for a fleeting moment Tasha saw a flicker of the old Briggsy, a brief flash of recognition, and shame. "Tasha!" The voice was like dry leaves skittering across stone. "Leave this place. Forget you ever saw me." Briggsy attacked, her movements swift and brutal. Tasha fought back, but she couldn't bring herself to truly harm the woman she had admired. After a short, desperate battle, Tasha fled, her heart shattered. Briggsy, left alone on the beach, clutched her skeletal hand into a fist. The gold hoarder had given her power, but at the cost of everything she held dear. She was a monster, a servant to a cruel master. And yet a spark of defiance remained. She would not be a complete puppet. She remembered Suds, and their shared love for the stars, and the Shroudbreaker, the artifact that brought her to this cursed place. She knew that one day someone might need it again, to break the curse, or perhaps to find a cure. With a grim determination, Briggsy painstakingly disassembled the Shroudbreaker, scattering its pieces across the Sea of Thieves, hoping that one day someone worthy would find them and use them to undo the damage she had done. She was no longer Captain Briggsy, the wild card, the adventurer. She was a cursed skeleton, haunted by the ghost of her former self. But even in her darkest hour, she clung to a sliver of hope, a whisper of redemption, hidden within the scattered fragments of her past. The pieces of the Shroudbreaker and the scattered memories of Tasha were all that remained. She would protect them, even if it meant protecting them from herself.